When am I going to sell my cryptocurrencies? Which cryptocurrencies am I going to sell? What am I going to sell them into? I want to share all of that with you in today's video. Also, a quick note before we begin, if you appreciate this kind of content, whack on the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and of course, not financial advice, guys. If you'd like to see a full risk disclosure, because of course investing in cryptocurrencies is risky, in case you haven't figured that out by now, then you can see that down below in the description. Also, you can find a full portfolio breakdown of all the cryptocurrencies and venture investments that I own by using that link in the description as well. Largely, we're going to be covering all that stuff anyway in this conversation, but just so you know as well. Also, all of the information that we're covering here today, I covered previously in the Wealth Mastery newsletter for my premium members. Of course, you don't have to be a premium member of Wealth Mastery in order to get massive value out of our newsletter. Every single issue, jam-packed, full of value, 75,000 people a week reading this bad boy. It is the best damn newsletter in crypto. Me and my team spend like 40 hours a week making this so that you can read it without putting in all the hard work so you can know what the heck is going on, find the alpha for altcoins, find the airdrop alpha, all that kind of stuff. Link in the description. Get signed up. Check it out. Okay, so without further ado, let's talk about the big selling plan. Now, the first question of this is, when am I going to sell? So let's cover that. And while I'm going to talk vaguely about some price targets in this conversation, just to help keep a bit of sobriety when the situation comes. Last time I got too intoxicated with the idea of 100K and I missed out on taking more profits because of that. That's okay, it happens. But I think it's more important to watch the sentiment, watch the technicals. So here are some signs that I'm looking for, because you got to remember, take your profits or the market will take them for you. Write that down, put it on your computer, get it tattooed on your arm. I don't know. Might be a bit extreme getting tattooed, but still, remember this. Okay, so sentiment factors I'm looking for. The Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index hitting over 90. Obviously, it can stay there for a while. Thus, that ends up being more like an early warning sign to say, hey, market's getting overheated. Pay attention. You'll probably want to sell at some point in the future. Could be next week, could be next month, could be a few months, but get ready. Then Coinbase and other cryptocurrency apps reaching the top 10 most downloaded apps. So on October 29, 2021, Coinbase was the #1 app. Cash App was number 5. Crypto.com was number 7. Bitcoin topped 10 days later. From the point that those topped and for the following 2 weeks was the best time to sell when you could get out the absolute maximum profit points. And you have to remember, always, your chances of perfectly selling the exact top are next to zero. 0.001% of people are going to perfectly time the top. So stop trying to worry about it. Don't think about it. It's not going to be you. It's probably not going to happen. You might be the exception, but you're probably going to be the rule. And that's okay. It's not about timing the top exactly perfectly. It's about catching the meat of the move. Getting in the accumulation period, getting out at the distribution period. If you 10x your money, dude, you're killing it. Be happy. You made money. Right? Keep that in mind. Don't let the greed overtake your mind. Like, if I can only get 5% or my net worth's only up 10% more tomorrow, and then it doesn't, and it's down 10 or 20% the next day, and then you're, oh, it's going to go back up, and then it doesn't go back up, and you're at a 90% loss. You round trip your whole damn gains. Gotta take some profits, guys. Other signs to watch for: major media and TV shows talking about cryptocurrencies. It's a new paradigm of money. It'll see it again. It'll be on all the late night shows and all that stuff. And that's exactly a signal from the herd to you. The herd is here. The herd's paying attention. The herd is buying, which is a very dangerous signal for people who have been in the market for a while. It means you need to get the heck out of the markets before things turn around. And if you get that old friend calling you up saying they're buying dog coins, it's a warning sign. Happened to me in like April 2021. Met with a buddy. He's like, I'm buying dog coins. I'm like, oh shit. Should have sold everything when that happened. That was the day I should have come home and just literally sold everything. Didn't do it. Anyway, but it's a sign. It's a sign. People I haven't heard from for a long time. Getting into crypto means, again, the herd has arrived. Non-crypto natives, non-investor types showing up and losing all their money, basically. What about technicals? Bitcoin monthly RSI over 85, weekly RSI over 70, both signals of a massively overheated market. MACD weekly starts trending down after a massive rally. Definitely something to watch out for. Selling on the bearish cross is a bit late, but if you wait for the bear cross to sell, you're still going to put in massive profits. Again, you're not selling exact pico top, but you're catching the meat of the move in that situation. But you don't have to wait for that to happen. You just watch for massive run up, starting to curve down. You can get out at that point. The pi cycle top indicator. Is it going to work again? I don't know, but it has almost perfectly timed every top for Bitcoin. I won't be ignoring it for sure. I think a lot of people won't. Of course, people who come into the market, new people, you might be saying, well, if everybody knows about the law of risk, sell then. No, because most people will be overwhelmed with greed. Most people come to the market, they'll be buying then, not selling. Now, the above obviously is all just a rule of thumb kind of guide. Some assets may top before that, some may top after. You know, altcoins tend to peak 2 weeks after Bitcoin does, so the best time to start selling them is 1 week after Bitcoin hits the top. So after Bitcoin pi cycle's top indicator comes in, a week later, start selling all your altcoins, for example. It's not going to work perfectly like that, but it's just an indication, right? Key is maintaining flexibility, but also the discipline not to deviate from this plan, to not let greed take over. Nothing ever plays out perfectly in markets. There is never an orderly civil exit from a bull market. Remember that. There's never an orderly civil exit where there's going to be some big signal. It's okay. It's safe for everybody to sell now. It's safe for everybody to sell now. Everybody can just sell now. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Come on, everybody. Just take your hands. Kumbaya. No. This is a player versus player game. You're either going to sell or you're going to go down to zero. That's it. Everything in the lizard brain at that time, whenever your portfolio is going up 20% a day, it's a new paradigm of money. Let it run. You're a genius. It's going to double soon. This is a sign of extreme danger in markets. Extreme danger. Well, my current prediction is that sometime in late 2024, maybe early to mid 2025 is when we're going to see the next market cycle peak. I'm going to remain flexible around the above indicators and focus more on that versus a particular time or a particular price target. So what am I going to sell? Well, we'll briefly cover some specifics here for the major coins, but I'm going to be selling 100% of my altcoins, including my Ethereum. Oh, shock, I know. Bitcoin, I'm probably going to sell around a third of it. Going to keep 2/3 of it for the future. To always have one foot in the market because I love my Bitcoin. I am emotionally attached to it. I'm going to admit that. It's fine. I'm allowed to be emotionally attached to my Bitcoin. So I'm going to keep 2/3 of it, but I am going to sell a third of it because it takes some money. I like money. It's also cool. I know Bitcoin is money, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Now, what do I do with the money? Well, this is a very, very interesting thing because you don't want to run out and start buying stuff straight away. You have to take stock of what happened. You have to sit back and chill and go, okay, I just made $1 million. I just made $5 million, whatever it's going to be. I hope you're making that much money, by the way. If you do it right, if you get into the right coins, you sell at the top or close enough to the top within months of the top, you're probably going to do okay. If you never take profits, you're not going to have this situation happen. That sucks, but I hope that you do it right. But what will I be doing? First, sit in cash for a while. And that's like actual cash. Like I'm going to take the vast majority of my money out of the market. I'm not going to leave it sitting in stable coins even. It's too much danger my wallet getting hacked. Even though I think that's a relatively low risk, it's a risk I don't want to take. There's too much risk around putting in DeFi. You're going to get hacked, lose all your money. Too much risk about any centralized services, going to get hacked, lose all your money. Like it's just so problematic. I want to take the money straight the heck out of the market, put it in the bank account, done. Okay, so then what am I going to do with that money? Well, first I'm going to make sure that my taxes are freaking paid. Ugh, it's gross. Honestly, it's gross. I put in all the hard work. I take all the damn risk. And they come in and take, 40% of my money? Bastards. Anyway, pay your taxes, guys. Even if they're bastards, still got to pay your taxes. And then what? Well, reinvest in my businesses, right? That's probably one of the first places the money's going to go. Probably a little bit of metals. I'll probably, double my metals stack or something like that. Even though metals don't really do a lot and all that stuff, I kind of like having them around. It feels nice. I don't know. Cash, probably a big chunk in cash, just sitting there to spend on life stuff, do whatever, have flexibility, have the ability to, of course, to rebuy in the next bear market, add a lot to my stock portfolio, likely. Not immediately, because if crypto's topping, stocks are going to be topping, and there's no reason to take all my money from the crypto market, dump it straight into stocks, because I'll just lose a bunch of money, essentially. It's very, very quickly. And yeah, you don't lose if you don't sell, but what's the point in that, man? If there's going to be a big bear market or if stocks are going to go down 20, 30%, I'll just wait. I'll buy some deals. I'll get into, sit down, take that time, take some time off work maybe, and really plan out, okay, what's my stock portfolio going to look like? Where do I want to allocate funds? Which markets, et cetera, and probably put a lot of money into the stock market because the stock market is a very interesting place where you get great dividends and all that kind of stuff. And there's really cool stuff to invest in. Okay, so now what about the majors? Now look, Bitcoin and Ethereum make up around 75% of my portfolio combined. So I'm going to spend the most time talking about those. Altcoins largely all fall into the same basket in terms of what I'm going to do with them. But here we go. Bitcoin, again, I was selling some of my Bitcoin in this cycle. Like, I got Bitcoin, I still bought I bought at like 4K, guys. So I've been holding some Bitcoin for a very, very long time. It will be time to take a little profit on some of those coins. My cost average, though, is all messed up due to using these coins in and out of DeFi back in 2021. Still, though, I will probably sell about a third of my my Bitcoin. Now, I don't want to be completely unexposed to Bitcoin, so I'm going to continue to ride a big fat Bitcoin bag, and I'm okay. I'm okay. You know, at that point, if I got so much cash in the bank account, I'm okay to watch that Bitcoin go down 50% again. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. Long-term bag, right? And I probably would rebuy the coins that I sell in the next bear market. I know, timing the market with part of my bag, you're allowed to do that. You can time the market if you want to. It's, you know, doesn't always work out very well, but you're allowed to play that game. I'm not saying it's going to work out well for me. I may not. I may make a big mistake, and that's okay too, because if I sell and I lock in massive profits and I get all kinds of money, then I guess I'll just have to suffer sitting on a yacht somewhere crying with $100 bills to, you know, wipe my tears because I took profits. Guys, take profits. Anyway, my prediction, personal number, again, not wedded to this number. I talked about the indicators I'm looking more around selling versus a particular number. But my personal prediction for Bitcoin is somewhere between 150 to 180K at the next market peak. Low estimate side, 120K. Mega bull, super crazy number, 250K. Feels dangerous, though. I feel like if we get up to like 160, 170, 180K, that's when all the 250K calls come out, and that's the wrong time. That'll be like when massive bull euphoria comes in. I know it's right now. It's going to 250K. It's going to 300K. That's like probably not going up that high, and then it's probably going to go down massively shortly after those calls start coming in. Again, key is market conditions. Ethereum, huge Ethereum fan. Love my Ethereum. If ETH gets over $10,000, great. I'd sell there. Over 10K, if we get up to 15K, great. I'll sell there. Fantastic. Amazing. Currently using about half my ETH for a loan in MakerDAO, by the way. So, yeah, we'll see. Put a lot of loan money into Chainlink, trying to keep it as a relatively low risk loan, but yeah, it's crypto. Everything's a risk. Anyway, we'll pay that loan back, take the ETH out, sell the ETH, bada bing, bada boom, move on, be done with it. Now, what about all my altcoins? Look, there's a lot of different parameters here when it comes to altcoins, and I don't want to go over every single one of these coins. You can read about them here on the screen if you want, but there's a whole variety of different altcoins, from layer 2s like Arbitrum, layer 1s like Avalanche, things that I think can do 10, 20x moves potentially. Rose, Moonbeam's Glimmer Token, Polkadot. Polkadot, man, should have sold at $50 last time. Parachains were the wrong way to go. Well, you live, you learn. That's all right. Injective, going to $100, probably. I hope. Stablecoins, of course. I'm going to be taking the vast majority of my money out of the market. I'll probably leave some money in stablecoins in my hardware wallet, but the vast majority of them will be taken out of the market. Other coins as well, you know, Joe, I love Joe. If it gets to $5, I'm selling it, or whatever. I'll probably sell it around the same time that I sell all the other altcoins, $5 or not. Chainlink, $100, probably not out of the question for me, but I'd be prepared to sell anywhere over $75, which is about 10x my cost basis. So be pretty happy with that, to be honest. But then it starts getting into very sector-specific stuff. For example, Wilder World, great coin. Well, it's a coin, and it's a coin that has links to a pretty cool looking metaverse, and that metaverse probably has a lot of potential. Now, previously, when the metaverse narrative was going crazy, probably should have sold it all, but I got too overly wedded again to a specific price number, which we didn't quite hit. Instead of just saying, man, this is way overheated, I should probably take some big profits on this, but I didn't, and I held a lot of it down, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm staking it. We'll get more money out of it in the future. It's all good, but I want to bring up Wilder World as a very specific example here, because I think that there'll be also big opportunities like with Wilder World where you'll see certain sectors really, really taking off, like we saw in the previous market cycle, where you have a gaming cycle, and gaming is the new paradigm of money. Everyone's talking about it. And then for the rest of the cycle, it kind of cooled off. So like Axie Infinity went nuts, or Wilder World and Sandbox and all that stuff went nuts in the metaverse hype. And that hype will come back at some point. And if I see, why I'm mentioning Wilder World in particular, is when I see a sector-specific hype narrative, I may sell in that situation. So generally, with all of these altcoins here, I'm looking more broadly to want to sell them around the same time at a time when I think markets are getting pretty overheated in general. But I'm also very willing to sell them at a time when I think a particular sector is having its new paradigm of money moment, which we see happen in crypto. Meme coins can do it. Gaming coins can do it. For example, like Illuvium, right? Like if I see a big gaming coin narrative, like, man, I think Illuvium looks like a beautiful game, all that fun stuff. But if it gets back to, I don't know, $1,000 or $1,500, whatever, I'm going to sell that coin, guys. If there's a gaming specific narrative going around that may not necessarily align with the broader cycle. So that's something to keep in mind here. So that's the altcoins. Basically, I'm looking to sell all the altcoins around the time that I end up selling the Ethereum. When I see, okay, the technicals, the sentiment, all that stuff is kind of lining up. There are moments when I'll take sector-specific profits, but generally I'm looking to start selling a lot of this stuff around the same kind of time. So we'll see how that plays out. Obviously, that's the general sort of plan at the moment. I reserve the right to sell anything at any time. Obviously, if I think it's gone up enough, or I just want to take some cash out of something. I see some coins pumped like crazy. Man, I'm just going to take cash on that. I don't need to hold it for the entire cycle. I can take my profits now and run. It's also probably something I'll do with a few of these coins. Now, I wanted to mention the Coinbase stock because obviously that's very, very much linked to everything that's going on in the crypto space. I've got a pretty fat stack of Coinbase stocks. I think it could potentially rally as high as $1,000 at the market peak, especially if Bitcoin hits 150K. Obviously not wide to the price target, but I mentioned the Coinbase stock because I'll probably sell it around the same time that I sell my Bitcoin and the Ethereum and stuff. So ideally, when that happens, the price of Coinbase is going to be over $500. If it's up to $1,000, and bro, I'm going to go out for a nice dinner or something. What about venture investments? Venture investments, it depends on the venture investment. Some of those will be sold immediately for cash upon release, especially if market conditions are good. Others will be held for longer, depending on the debut price of the particular asset, the current hype in the markets. Like if I get like a really solid venture investment coin released, and I've had this happen already with some of them, released during this period in the market, like there's not really a reason to sell them at this point. But if they get released like when markets are going crazy, you got to get out and take the money on those. So if you look at my venture investment list, which is not listed here, but you can find in the link in the description of this video, which has the risk disclosures of my full portfolio update, that will be a situation again where I, those will be sold for cash money. So that's all good there. So there you go. And I didn't mention NFTs. I don't really have any serious amount of NFTs, to be honest. I don't have any NFTs as like investments, really. A couple of them broadly, sort of, but I've psychologically written them off, and if they do something in the future, then we'll sell them for money, but otherwise, whatever, it's all good. Anyway, that is the plan. That is the plan. Don't forget to pay your taxes. Take profits of the market. We'll take them for you. Two most important things here. Anyway, I hope this video has been useful for you. Again, it's not specific financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. Obviously, I'm just sharing my journey, what I'm doing, what my plan is for my personal portfolio. And obviously, when this time comes, when the market conditions I think are met based on what I've shared here in this video, I'm gonna let you guys know. But I also hope that sharing this now will help you build your own frameworks, or hopefully give you some insights that you can use when planning your own journey in this crypto investing space that I hope will be useful for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.